please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
A very good morning. Welcome to Chartbusters. Well, it's a tricky day of trade. We have trade tariff warriors that, in fact, they re-emerge early this morning. That explains why the Asian markets are still trading with sharp cuts in today's trading session, but good going for the Nifty. The last time I checked, the Nifty had moved into the green. That's because if you just pull up a contribution chart, you'll see TCS backed by the other IT stocks. They are batting for the bulls, and TCS, just solely is pulling up the Nifty by close to around 15 to around 16 points on the back of those strong numbers. Hey Mangalam, we have had a good run in the last couple of days and some consolidation. Well, I'm sure the bulls will take it.
Absolutely, some consolidation, the bulls will take it, and we're closer to 11,000 now than we were in the last 5 months. So that is something we'll have to watch out for. The Nifty, as we speak, is at the high point of the day. Yes, the IT stocks are performing. The Nifty Bank has taken a bit of a breather. That'll be very interesting given tomorrow is the Nifty Bank weekly options expiry. Yeah. The mid-cap index, that one's in line with the frontliner. So let's see how that pans out. First up, all the top stories that we're tracking this are TCS is the top Nifty gainer at a record high after the tech major posted a stellar first quarter earnings, posted a 15-quarter high constant currency growth. The management tells CNBC TV18 that they are well poised to achieve double-digit growth.
And the impact of strong TCS quarter rubs off on the entire IT pack. We have Tech Mahindra that's leading the Nifty gains, while Wipro and HCL Tech, they're up close to around 0.5% to around 1%.
IDBI Bank, that one continues its upward move. Sources tell CNBC TV18 that LIC will likely need to make an open offer in the IDBI Bank deal.
And Adani Enterprises, that's surging on massive volumes today after reports indicate that the Adani Group has been the top bidder for city gas distribution licenses. Adani Gas puts in bids for close to around 52 cities.
PNB Housing Finance in focus. PNB Carlyle Group to offload 51% stake in the company.
Well, we were talking about the IT stocks that are doing well, but just pull up a few of these Nifty stocks. We moved to the high point of the day because Hindustan Unilever, suddenly that stock has taken off. So just pull up the intraday chart. You'll see that HUL, you'll have Sun Pharma as well that's doing pretty well. And big boy, I think Reliance Industries, that's the one that's in fact moved higher in the last few minutes, and that's the one that's really taken the Nifty to the high point of the day. So things looking good as we speak. Bharti Infratel is the other one that's looking well. The Nifty at the high point of the day, outperforming all the other Asian markets.
You spoke about HUL. Just take a look at Godrej Consumer as well. Non-index large cap, that one too has surged. So all the consumer stocks, they're doing well. Godrej Consumer right now, I think is sitting at a record high with a gain of close to around 4% as we speak. Godrej Consumer. Godfrey Phillips, yes, is moving, but Godrej Consumer is the stock our director should pull up for you. 50 rupees added to its stock price in just the last few minutes, currently sitting with a gain of 4%.
Okay, all right. We're relatively outperforming the other Asian markets, but are we looking good for more? Ashwini Gujral's with us. Good morning, Ashwini. Well, all Asian markets trading in the red. We're doing pretty decent if I compare ourselves with the other Asian markets. Is the Nifty good for more? We have had a sharp rally in the last couple of days.
The point is that the market is in a very, very strong upside momentum. So today in the morning when we gapped down, it was a no-brainer trade to go ahead and buy. Even now, whatever up move you are seeing, it's led by very strong stocks, HDFC, Reliance, Axis Bank, Kotak, TCS, Sun Pharma, Lupin. So across the board, this is a fairly strong rally. And it's difficult to, kind of take the market lower when it has so many legs to stand on. So my sense would be that maybe as the day goes by, global negativity comes down. So if you buy here, I think you could get higher levels even during the day, because today was a good test of the market's trend. And I think the market has shown that it is strong enough to move to higher levels despite these, hiccups which keep happening. So these are the days when you know how strong the market is. Having said that, Jain Irrigation is a buy with a stop of 82, target of 88. Axis Bank is a buy with a stop of 535, target of 560. And Kotak is a buy with a stop of 1370, target of 1420.
Ashwini, it's interesting you give a buy call on both Axis Bank as well as Kotak Mahindra Bank. So in that regard, I would like to ask you your view on the Nifty Bank itself. That one is flat as we speak. What are the levels that you're watching out for on the Nifty Bank itself?
See, 27,050 thereabouts should happen on Nifty Bank. And that is where the upside is now left, because IT index is already up 225 points. It's just a matter of the Nifty Bank moving up, and that should take the market higher. So my sense is that right now is a good time to get into the Nifty Bank. Also, this is at a 50-point discount, the futures. So chances are there are a bit more shorts in the Nifty Bank than there are in Nifty IT. But overall, you know, I have seen very few times this year the market looking as strong as it is at higher levels.
All right. What about MCX? You know, that one suddenly taken off, Ashwini, in the last few minutes. I remember many years ago, there was a mad scramble for the IPO at around this price, 800, 850 odd. On the day one itself, the stock took off, and a lot changed after that. And today it's up closer around 5% odd. I don't know fundamentally whether anything's changed, but technically, how is MCX looking on the charts?
See, it's had a major decline from, I don't know, 1400. Now it looks like, you know, it's making a base and bottoming out. So anybody who's a long-term investor in commodities and exchanges, etc., I think this is a very good time to get into MCX. The stops are close by, maybe 700 thereabouts. And from here, you know, we could at least get back towards 1100.
All right, get back towards 1100. Thanks a lot for that, Ashwini. We'll keep coming back to you. That was Ashwini saying it's a good time to get into the Nifty Bank. He has given the trades which are flashing for you on your screens. And he says that the market, he hasn't seen it so strong so many times this year at higher levels. With that, we'll shift focus to a CNBC TV18 exclusive. Now, sources tell us that the group of ministers will meet on the sugar cess today, though a consensus looks unlikely. Timsi Jaipuria joins us with all those exclusive details. Morning, Timsi.
Yes, as you rightly mentioned, the GOM on sugar cess is meeting today, and the meeting is about to begin any time shortly. What is the issue that the GOM is going to deliberate upon today is the view of Law Ministry, where Law Ministry is of a view that Centre has the powers to levy an additional cess under the GST laws, but states are not in favor of this. So what I'm hearing from sources that a consensus is unlikely in the GOM. The proposal on sugar cess is likely to be referred back to the GST Council. Remember, states like Kerala, West Bengal, Punjab, Delhi, etc. had opposed the idea of a cess, saying that it will distort the fundamentals of GST. When I spoke to Manpreet Badal today, who's the Punjab Finance Minister, he said that cess is not part of GST outfit, though remember Punjab is also one of the prominent states when it comes to sugarcane growing. So very clearly, despite having an interest over there, the minister is very clear saying that it is against the GST outfit. So let's see what other members of the GOM say. Remember, Assam Finance Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma is heading this GOM. It has members of Kerala, Maharashtra, UP, which is UP is pushing really hard because they have the highest views of sugarcane growth. So let's see what happens in the GOM. But yes, as of now, sources indicating that no consensus will emerge in this particular meeting.
Just keep an eye out on individual pharmaceutical stocks. They're surging as we speak. Right from the frontliners, we have the likes of Lupin, Dr. Reddy's and Sun Pharma at the high point of the day. But the one which is really leading the bulls higher is Reliance. That heavyweight has moved to the high point of the day with a gain of almost 6-7 rupees on the share, about 0.5%. Most of them have come by in the last few minutes. But one stock on our radar right now is KC International. They won orders worth in excess of 1,200 crores, and we have Mr. Kejriwal himself, the MD and CEO of the company, to detail this in terms of the prospects for the company. Thanks a lot, Mr. Kejriwal, for joining in. Just a word on the nature of these orders. 1,200 crores worth orders. A large part of them, I believe, have come from international markets. What does this take your order book to? And if you could break it up in terms of domestic, international, as well as the various verticals that you have in your company.
So today today we have announced orders of 1357 crores, of which 1234 are from the transmission sector, T&D.
Right.
So after a long time, our order intake is almost 90% from transmission. Otherwise, last couple of orders have all been from railways.
Right.
And the other good part of that is almost 75% of these orders are from the international market. So which also for the last couple of quarters had been a little bit sluggish. So that's the good part of it. Our overall order book with this is around 17,000 and odd crores.
All right.
Okay, and of which if you want to sectoral breakup, transmission, T&D would be around 70%, railways would be around 27%, the rest would be civil and cables.
All right, Mr. Kejriwal, out of your total, revenue contribution, how much comes in from the export market as of now?
It's roughly around 45%.
Roughly around 45%. Okay.
Yeah.
And for this year, on the whole, how much are you expecting to grow in terms of top line?
Top line, we have been talking about a growth of around 15%.
15%. So how much will the domestic business grow and how much will this export business grow?
I'll say more or less in the same ratio.
Same region. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about your railway business as well, because you said the last few orders came in from the railway business. Did it do the promised 750 crores revenue in FY18? And is it on track to achieve the 1,500 crore that you've guided this year? What's the railway order book currently?
So in 17-18, we did around 800 crores.
Okay.
So we did slightly better than what we had guided. And hopefully we should be doing our 1,500 crores, what we have targeted for this year. The current order book of railways is close to around 5,000 crores.
All right. And what's your order inflow right now? This year, how many orders have you received? What are you L1 in right now? What is the likely...
This year we got orders of around 2750, which is roughly around 7-8% higher than what we had in the corresponding quarter last year. Okay. So that's where the order intake has been. Guidance has been we should be doing around 20% of more than last year.
Okay. All right. Mr. Kejriwal, I'm reading some brokerage reports. And they have some various risks that they're stating out. One is that the commodity prices have been spiking up. And I think most of your international projects are on a fixed basis, right? So you can't really pass that on. Is that correct?
Yeah, so let me just, that's why I was saying that the international market had been slightly sluggish for us because the commodity prices were going up and, we were a little bit conservative in our bidding.
Okay.
And we had an assumption that the commodity prices will keep on going up. So we did not get as many jobs as normally we get. Now that we have got these jobs which have generally been bid at let's say at a conservative commodity, and now the commodity prices, if you look at the last 2 weeks, they have come down significantly. So I think it should on the whole be beneficial for us now.
Okay, all right. So commodity prices cooling down is good news for you. So that one point is cleared out. What about the debt in your books? What's the debt in your books currently, sir? What is your current cost of borrowing? And if you could tell us, do you require some more money or do you plan to reduce your debt going ahead?
No, we do not have any plan to reduce the debt because our business is growing and it's pretty working capital intensive. So I don't think we can reduce our debt, nor do we have any plan for raising money from the market. Okay. We do feel that with our internal accruals, and we should be able to manage our cash flow requirements.
What is the debt number, sir?
I don't have the exact debt number.
Roughly.
Year-end was around 2,000 crores.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're borrowing at?
Borrowing is between 7 to 8%. I think the only worry which we now have is that the borrowing cost is growing all across. Both the dollar, LIBOR is going up, the Indian rupee is going up.
How much of your debt is denominated in dollars?
It's more than half of it in dollars.
Okay. And one last question before we let you go, Mr. Kejriwal. Last year, you ended your year with net working capital days of close to 93. That came down from 108.
Yeah.
This year, what's your target?
I think it should remain around the same time, same place.
Was just telling us about Godrej Consumer. So you pull up the intraday chart over there, and always when you look at Godrej Consumer, you look at Godrej Industries because that holds a stake in Godrej Consumer, and that stock as well has seen a bit of a spike up. It was trading mildly in the red, it's moved mildly into the green. So Godrej Consumer moves to the high point of the day. Godrej Industries, it saw a bit of an up move, so just keep an eye out on that one. That's more or less a trading move. They're never going to be selling that stake, at least that's what we work with. But keep an eye out on both those two stocks. Godrej Consumer still moving higher, actually, at the high point of the day.
The results are on 30th July, so I'm not too sure, if it's some pre-result move or something of that sort as well. So that is something we'll have to watch out for.
Okay, all right. Keep an eye out on both those two stocks, Godrej Consumer as well as Godrej Industries. But let's spike things up. Merck Electronics, that's a stock in focus after Onida targets 160 crore rupees in washing machine sales for FY19. To discuss that and how they're going to do that exactly, we have Mr. Vijay Mansukani, the MD of the company, who joins us. Hi, Mr. Mansukani. Thanks so much, sir, for joining us. Let's get some basic details out, sir. You're targeting 160 crores in terms of washing machine sales. Last year, what was that total sales number? And if you could tell us, how many units did you sell last year?
We sold about 149,000, so I should say 150,000 to be more, to general, 150,000.
Okay.
And this year we are expecting to grow to almost 250, if not 270. We are very, very bullish on this. We are now into full capacity of our, what you call, manufacturing. And we had a bit of a setback. Our factory had burned down about 6 years ago, you know, and it was a bit of a setback, so we were down. So with our
Mr. Mansukani, how many, what was your total revenue from this business last year? I think we've got him on a scratchy line.
Let's try to reconnect.
So I think if you just back calculate from the numbers that the company is given to the exchanges, 160 crore is the revenue that they target this year, which is 80% higher. So that means last year they must have done something roughly around 90 crore rupees, and 150,000 units that they've sold would imply 6,000 rupees per unit in terms of realization.
Let's try to see Mr. Mansukani. Mr. Mansukani,
that's right.
You know, we were just doing some calculations. Last year, what was the sales number you told us?
About some 80 to 90 crores.
80 to 90 crores.
I mean, like I said, I'm in the hospital.
You're in the hospital, so take good care of your health for the time being.
No problem, but tell me.
Absolutely. So we're just trying to put these numbers together, sir. Last year you did around 80 to 90 crores. This year you're talking about 160 crores, correct?
That's right.
And you're talking about selling around 2.7 lakh units.
That's right.
So your average realization per washing machine is 5,500 to 6,000? That you expect?
I can't give you the exact number, but I do.
No, sir, we are calculating that and giving that number to you, 6,000 rupees.
You know, we have a very healthy margin because we are making a very innovative machine in-house, and it's going to grow from 27% contribution to over 31% contribution, you know.
No, Mr. Mansukani, sir, you know, we are doing the calculations out here, 160 crores, 2.7 lakh units is what you're selling. So your selling cost per washing machine is around 6,000 rupees per unit. That's what we have done. Those are facts that, you know, we are back calculating and giving those numbers to you.
Good. Now back calculate and tell me how much is 30%, and that's what
30% of that, sir, that will be 1,800 rupees. You will be making 1,800 rupees per washing machine is what you're going to sell. But if you're going to double your sales, you'll have to spend more money on advertising, correct?
No, but I'll tell you one thing. We have already started a product advertising in television with the devil. Now that same devil will not be a television devil. He will be a brand Onida devil. Brand Onida devil.
So let's
now we'll cut across all the segments.
Mr. Mansukani, let's keep the Onida devil at the side. You know, the television set. Let's talk about the washing machine now. Now that's where the excitement is. At least in today's session, everyone wants to know about how you're going to be selling these units. So you're telling us that 1,800 rupees per unit is what you're going to make even after doubling your sales. You believe that operation leverage will play out, correct?
Yes, because our capacities of utilization only up to 50% at the moment. Like I said, we had a breakdown. We have factory burned down. We are now started with a brand new factory with new fully automated lines. And we are not only going to do captive, we can do non-captive manufacturing. If Mr. Modi puts a ban on washing machines, we'll be in a position to take up the what you call slack, and we will pick up the.
Mr. Mansukani, let's leave Mr. Modi to what he does best, and let's talk about the business that you're doing best. You speak about advertising. You speak about the devil advertising your washing machine as well. You are going to have to pay for that devil, right? Will you pay in cash or will you pay in stock? Because I see Bennett Coleman holding about 7% stake in your company too.
You answered that question. Bennett Coleman has given us a what you call 65% margin. I mean, they will pick up the tax 65%. We will do only 30%. 35% is what we are going to spend.
You will be diluting more stake to them going forward?
No, my dear. What is done is done. That's it. We're not going to dilute anything more, but we have unutilized capacity of over at least 20, 25, if not more. I'm not exact, but I'm about say 30 crores unutilized at the moment. So that is the Bennett Coleman share that they will have to pick up here. Our share will be only 25 crores, which will be 35%. So in effect, we can do 60 crores advertising.
All right. So
you understood?
Yep. We've got that, sir. Now let's talk about the business itself. Earlier, you know, there were reports that you are looking to sell the company if the valuations were good. Onida is looking to sell at a good valuation. That's the comment coming in from one of the Mansukanis to a newspaper.
No. Listen. This is Donald Trump says it very correctly. Fake news. Yeah.
Okay.
Show me that newspaper. Yeah. Show me that newspaper.
All right.
This is fake news. Yeah.
Okay, so that's fake news referring to Donald
tell
Trump.
me which newspaper. You have to tell me exactly which newspaper said this. And when
It was the Economic Times, sir.
No, I never said it. Yeah, you show me that paper. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Mansukani, you're
maybe Mr. Michandani may have said it, my partner, and he said that if you are getting a 6 to 7 times valuation, we are open to. I think that's what he was saying.
Yep, that's exactly the report.
Mr. Michandani said it, and it was.
What did he say, sir? You know exactly what he said. Can you tell us?
He said about 7 to 8 times valuation.
7 to 8 times. So 7 to 8 times of current market capitalization, then you're willing to sell.
If 7 to 8 times, listen, at this moment there are many opportunities with the world coming into India, and India being so bullish on everybody being bullish on India. If we get a good valuation, we can 6 to 7 to 8 times.
6 to 7 times, so currently the market cap is around 700 crores. So let's talk about it now. Yeah. Then later on, when it becomes, a bigger company, as you're sounding so bullish, we'll think about that at that time. And let's talk, sir, only about MIRC as well as, Mr. Mansukani. Let's leave our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi out, Donald Trump as well out. Let's talk about the business, sir. All your investors are looking at you right now. So you raised some money, right, sir? Preference issue you had done.
Yeah.
What's happening with that money, sir? If you could tell us, what's that going to be used for? And also, the last time we had you here, sir, I'll just complete my question and then you can, answer all our audience as well as your investors out there. You were talking about disposing some non-core assets. Any progress on that, sir? Go ahead.
Absolutely. First of all, let me tell you that we got 90 crores and we're going to get 40 crores in warrants, which the warrants will kick in after 18 months. So by next March, we should get the warrants kicking in also. That is 45. So the investment was for 90 crores plus 40 crores. So 40 crores, in effect, it is about 130 crores. Now, our borrowing was about 150 crores. So in effect, we are nearly debt-free, We are already nearly debt-free there with this investment. However, we are deep into now getting quotes for all our non-core assets. We are looking into them. And and everybody knows the markets are quite slack. However, the cost of money, opportunity cost of money being so high that it is, we are willing to dispose of all our non-core assets.
How much are they worth? How much can you realize from that, Mr. Mansukani?
If you were to get the real, market price, which I believe should be 150 crores, but I think that will not come. It will come to about say 120 to 130 crores because the real estate market is a bit slack at the moment.
In FY19, this will be done.
FY19, yes, we are moving towards it. We can't sell ourselves short also,
Right.
Yeah.
We can't sell ourselves short. But however, we are working on it. We are getting good quotes. We are getting very good quotes. And anything which is of non-core, we are selling it. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much, Mr. Mansukani. Please take good care of your health. And thank you so much for joining in and sounding so bullish and optimistic. All the best.
From the Bridge County Hospital, from my bed.
Take good care of your health, sir. And also keep us posted in terms of your business. For the time being, your stock is up nearly around 5%. It's corrected, though, from around that 50 rupee odd mark. So investors, just keep that in mind. Mr. Mansukani is sounding extremely bullish, talking about big sales in terms of his washing machine. And he's telling us that you're getting a washing machine for 6,000 rupees.
Even I need to find that when you get a washing machine for 6,000 rupees.
And he's still making 1,800 rupees per washing machine. But on that note, we have run out of time. We are wrapping up on Chartbusters.